It's blue. Let my brother DJ out the pen, yeah. Miss Holmes. I swear this ground will kill you. When someone told me that instead of giving me this cheese and surrounding me by these raps, came in the game of pip squeak and evolved into a cat. Now I'm
What's good? You're checking out the Hip Hop Hermits. This is Matt Black and
DJ Gian.
And we got Andre Glue right here on the red couch. Is that what we're gonna call this interview? The red couch interview.
The red couch, I like it.
Yeah, and he got his new mixtape coming out, the Wavy Tape.
Volume 1.
Volume 1.
Yes.
So we're anticipating a Volume 2.
We're anticipating Volume 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
As long as I'm feeling wavy.
How's this project different from your first project?
This project is different from my first project. It's I took more of a executive role with this one. I starting off my first project, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just writing raps. You know what I mean? So the guy that sort of helped me put that all together, he was kind of like, you know, pointing fingers and telling me to do this and that to help build the sound. But afterwards, I wasn't too proud with it because it didn't feel like it was me. You know, granted, I wrote all the lyrics, I hand selected all the music, but it just didn't feel genuine enough. So with this project, I aimed to make music that was not only more enjoyable, but that was more like catered to my personality, like songs that I would listen to. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
so it's like that you could enjoy and bump.
Yeah, I took a executive producer role in my own tape. You know, I'm standing in the studio over people, telling them to sing this like that, and you know, change up your flow here and there, and stack these lyrics, you know, things like that. I was much more attentive to the music, to the art.
So going back to your first project, like on the intro, you said you give a thank you to Matt Vallejo.
Yeah.
For chasing your dreams more and not giving up. Like, is there a moment where like you almost gave up and he like what inspired you to think him like that?
Oh man, there were plenty of moments when I almost gave up. You know what I mean? Music is no guaranteed thing. You know, you're not guaranteed a career in this. And the what ifs, you know, hit you all the time, especially when you're laying down at night and, you know, thinking those thoughts and stuff like that. Matt, he was a huge help. I met him as soon as I got to Manhattanville College, and it's funny because I was actually telling you the story earlier. We had a class together, and after class, he just like came up to me like, you make music? And I'm just like, yeah, you know, I'm a freshman. It's my like first day of school. I'm like shy and
Yeah.
Can I say? I can't.
Yeah,
curse.
you could curse.
Okay, I'm shy and shit. But but yeah, so like he like drags me down to the piano room and he just like starts playing this song called Miss Hustler that eventually I ended up remixing, and we have a whole recorded version of that. It's pretty dope, but never released though. But yeah, so Matt was a huge help. You know, as soon as I got here, he taught me like, this is real. This music thing is real. This is something I can actually do. You know, he's encouraging me to come out to these open mics and audition for Fall Fest and Quad Jam and things like that. And it's like, he assured me. He was a big help in assuring me that this is a dream that I can really make come true. Yeah. So shout out to Matthew Relevo. I love that guy.
Are you two gonna do anything like a project together or something?
I don't want to spill all the beans, but there have been talks of a collaborative EP. That's all I'll say. But there have been talks stirring up with that.
Is he involved in this project?
He is not involved in the Wavy Tape. Not at all. Not to say that I wouldn't have wanted him. Yeah. Matt's an amazing talent, but no, this one was all about me. A lot, all the features and like in-house production came from people back home, friends of mine that I like sort of like knew from the 860 area, the Hartford.
They're all from like
area.
Connecticut, right?
Yeah.
So how's the music scene in Hartford?
The music scene in Hartford, wow, I love talking about it. It's really starting to bud. It's going somewhere I've never seen it go before, because a lot of people slept on us. You know what I mean? Because we're not as large as Chicago, and we're not as large as Atlanta or Brooklyn. So a lot of people slept on Hartford, and before I went to college, there wasn't a lot of unity. There were people doing their things here and there, but nobody really came together and like collaborated or did shows or really promoted the other person's work. It was all like a huge rivalry. You know what I mean? If you could be best friends with this guy, but you're not gonna post his music because he's not posting yours. And it's like, that's not how it should have been. So I'm glad to have gone home over the summer and see that things are starting to really come alive. You know what I mean? There's the people who are really getting big, like shout out the Voyagers, shout out Full Effect, shout out Mike Flows, a good friend of mine. A lot of people in the area are really starting to take off. Their listens are going up, their views on YouTube are going up, and I'm just proud to say I'm a part of it.
So are any of these people that's in the area or that's in the Hartford hip hop scene on the tape or involved with the tape?
Oh, plenty. All my features are from people in my area. Shout out Lord Noble, he's from Full Effect. That's my boy. He's on the tape. Shout out to Eli, Prince Eli, and Bro God. They are from my group, Mayhem Music. Shout out Mayhem. That's the group. That's the gang. But those two are on the tape. Shout out Jaden Castro from the Voyagers. He's also on the tape. A good friend of mine, Wavy Boy Williams.
Yeah.
His name is Chris. We go way back. He's on there, and the new friend of mine, his name is Dwight. He goes by Protege. He's really good. That guy can spit bars.
Yeah.
Almost came as hard as me, but never that.
Over the summer, you put out like a lot of songs. You had like the Drugs music video. You had the I Swear music video. You had Steady Finessing.
Yeah.
And put in a lot of work over the summer.
Yeah, this summer was very big for me. I stepped it up, not only with the music, but really artistically as a whole. I started to develop myself because, like I said earlier, I didn't really have as huge of an impact on what I was doing before with my music and stuff. So like this, I took the summer to really build on my own, not only music but style. So I'm in the studio. I'm doing more things. I was in the studio almost every day. I basically lived there. I was leaving things there because I knew I'd need them the next day, and that's how much how much time I spent in the studio. I tried to step up with my other like art forms. I like to paint now. That's something I've gotten in. It like eases the tension in the head and things like that. I stepped up. I feel fashion-wise, I've been learning a lot from it.
So you came to the interview looking extra swaggy.
This is every day, shit. Nah. But I'm just like trying to step up in life because, like I said, I see this thing as possible now. And if you're not gonna do it 100%, then why do it at all?
Yeah.
Who directs all your music videos? Like, how did you get this team together, and what producers do you work with? I know some of the beats you got from online that were free. So, how did you get like the people who actually produce the songs you've done and the videos?
Okay. Well, for some of the songs, I communicate with different producers online. There have been songs that like I said, in-house production, like a friend of mine, Donner Pollard. He doesn't really have a producer name, but he's an extreme talent. He's that's a guy I plan on taking up with me because he's very talented. And shout out my boy Albert K. He did a song back on Feel and Believe. That beat was ridiculous. I just had to bless it. Like I was damn near begging him to
What song was that?
God, I'm drawing the blank. It's people passing out remain to stay the same. Millennium. Millennium. I have a terrible memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, Millennium. That beat
Yeah,
was
that's
amazing.
one with the beat drops really heavy in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had to bless it. I want to do a lot more work with him. He's also very talented. Yeah. And then with my videos, the I Swear video, that was actually done by a good friend of mine. I grew up with him. His name is Jonathan Mumby. He's a very ambitious guy. And his partner in crime, Brandon Callender. They have a good eye. Then they're very serious about what they do. They pretty much directed that video, and it just came together perfectly. With drugs, God, drugs was amazing. My cousin actually shot that video for me. He came up from DC, and we made that happen. Shout out to Zaria, a friend from back home. She was the vixen, the video vixen for this video. She did a wonderful job in that video. That one was more of my idea. It was it just came together perfectly.
Yeah,
came together perfectly.
Can you explain the idea behind the video? Because I watched it, but I didn't really get it at first.
Okay, the idea behind the video. All right, in the song I'm saying, I'll be your drug. You know, I'll be your drug. I'll help you forget things. You know, make you fall in love. What I was trying to pitch to the girl, if you listen to the verses, I'm really, I'm talking about, her father who cheats on her mother, and her boyfriend who abuses her physically, and how she can't pay her way through college and things like that, and she's just stressed. So I'm trying to be her drug, because often people use drugs as a getaway from their real life issues, things like that. They use, they turn to marijuana, or they turn to cocaine, or hallucinogenics, or anything that can really take that pain away. So I'm pitching myself as that thing that can take the pain away, right. And that's what I'm doing in that song. That's what I'm telling her. I'll be your drug. Spend time with me, and you'll forget about all the issues going on in your life. Yeah. Granted, I can only take your pain away for a limited amount of time, but you know what I mean. And then a little, about 2/3 of the way through the song, it switches up. It gets a lot slower. The deeper voice comes in to make it a little more trippy, and that's when I'm actually pitching a legitimate drug to her. You see in the video, there's what looks like codeine, you know what I mean, and the idea, we didn't do it, by the way, but the idea is that now we're legitimately gonna make your pain go away, like no bullshit, like you're gonna drink this purple drink, and we're gonna fix all your problems.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you talked about in this interview so far about you finding a new sound over the summer, and while you were making this tape. So would you say that this tape is experimental tape for you?
I feel like everything I've done up to this point is experimental. Really, I'm not done experimenting. I'm still young, only 18 years old, no matter how much the beard says I'm not. But I'm still looking for that sound, for that image that is uniquely my own.
Yeah.
I'm a very diverse person. I like to dab in things all across the board. But I feel like this tape took me a step closer. I'm closer to really finding who I am, what my sound is, where I want to be, how I'm going to live my life, So that's, excuse me, just ate. But this tape definitely helped me get closer to finding myself.
I see. So what was the creative process when making the tape?
The creative process when making the tape, man, I was just inspired all summer.
What were you inspired by?
Different movies, documentaries. I found this group, or it's a label. It's called Selection. God, they make amazing music, and they have this radio show that comes on once a week, and it's about 2 hours long. They actually just got transferred over to Apple Music, so they play on the iPhone radio now. And it's just such good music to vibe out to. I was just vibing all summer. You know, there were nights when I found myself in my house like 2, 3 in the morning, and I'm just like dancing alone and shit while this music is playing. Yeah. They helped me a lot. You know, granted, I still listen to the things I like, you know, came up on, like the Commons, Lauryn Hills, Erica, you know, Mos Def. Those are the people who really inspired me, like really got me started in this thing. But Selection sort of changed my whole outlook. It was less, because I started off as what I feel was a lyricist. You know, that's how I started, you know, a few years back. But since, and with the help of Selection, I've sort of turned into more of an artist. I'm more about the sound of the piece overall.
Like the melodies and stuff.
Yeah, you know, I pay very close attention to things like that, and like when you should drop the beat, or you know, when you should like reverse the instrumental to get a certain sound that'll like, you know, keep attention. And I'm very attentive to things like that now, partially due to listening to Selection, because that's a group of creative people, very creative people. I really like them.
Going back to like your ear for sounds now, I think you tweeted once about like you were asking like people if you could like executive produce their tapes. Is that where that came from?
Yeah, I tweeted them something like, hire me to executive produce your albums, no BS. I think that's exactly what I said. That's something I want to get into. Granted, you know, like I don't have the credibility to do something like that now, but that's something I really think I would excel at one day, because I have a very good ear for music. I feel, you know, I'm not good with the technical stuff in producing, but there have been times I sat down next to a producer and I've like, I'm the one that sort of made the beat come about because of my ideas and things like that, because I can't do it, but I can tell them what to do and it comes out very nice. I often peep artists out before they blow up.
Yeah.
You know, because I know like, oh, she's got this that everyone's going to like. They may not know it now, but the way like society is going and stuff, like she caters to like where everybody's gonna be in a few months. I'm very like,
you're a visionary.
Yeah, that's how I say it. As humble as you can say it, I feel like I'm a visionary. I peep things out before they're brought to existence.
I want to take it back to Feel and Believe for a second.
Yep.
The song NCAA, is it?
NCAA.
Yeah, that's a standout for me. Can you talk about like the story behind it and like
the story behind NCAA? I was a chubby little boy, man. Like, you know, my family's from the South. They fed me a little too much, and I got big, you know. And I used to want to play basketball. That was my dream before rapping. Yeah,
that's a lot of rapping.
You know where I'm from.
That was Kendrick's dream too.
Hey man, we're from the, you know, we're not from the best places on earth, man. There's like 2 ways to make it out of where we from. You know, either you rap or you play ball. That's the way that's the way my people see it nowadays. Not that it should be like that, but that's just like what we turn to. You know, it's like little black boys are good at 1 or 2 things. You know what I mean? But yeah, NCAA, that was inspired by some friends of mine. I have friends that are in the NCAA. You know, shout out my boy, my brother Josh. He jumps track at CCSU. My boy Gary, he plays soccer. Went to the NCAA tournament his freshman year. You know, I mean, over in Muhlenberg. And shout out to them. They're extremely talented at what they do. But yeah, you know, I was sort of talking about my experience coming up, how I wanted to play sports, but it's like genetics just said no. Yeah. Like, you're not doing that. You know, so I'm talking about them. You know, shout out my boy out in Philly getting minutes as a freshman, feel me? You know, he stayed fit, he ain't even got a lift, always showing up to the frat house with another chick. You know, it's like, it's like, damn, it's like I'm thinking like, I wish, sometimes I wish like, you know, that basketball thing would have really took off for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I love basketball. I'm a huge fan.
On NCAA, you had a line that said something about your dad saying that soccer was for the whites, and you didn't question it, you just assumed he was right. Can you talk about that and like the idea that like, oh, this is for whites, this is for blacks, like black people do this and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was actually my uncle. My uncle told me when I was younger that playing soccer was a white boy sport. And you know, I mean, being in America, it's like, you know, it kind of looked like it. You know what I mean? I was doing it, I was having fun, I was getting great exercise, but it you know, when I look around, I'm seeing a bunch of like little white boys playing soccer. Like all the teams I went up against were like predominantly white and things like that. And it really took me until I was older. I was a video game head, and I'm playing like FIFA, you know, because like I said, I love sports and stuff. But I'm playing FIFA and I'm noticing like these teams worldwide, it's like they're like black people playing in France. You know what I mean? Black people playing in Belgium and Spain, and it's like, whoa, like, you know, these are people that have my same blood or African descent like me. So it's like, whoa, I sort of came to the realization, I was like, wow, that was kind of messed up. Kind of messed up of him for him to like sway me away from that, you know, because he was always like, man, son, you need to be playing football. You need to be football. Football's a man's sport. You know, black people excel at football and things like that. And I'm just like, I like soccer. You know what I mean? And being young, you haven't really developed your own mind at this point. You know, you're still learning how to operate in this society. So, you know, what did I do? I listened to him because it seemed like he was right, you know? And it's like my love for soccer was like just thrown in the trash because one person told me it was wrong. Yeah. You know, and that kind of sucked. And I really hate the whole racial thing. You know, like I've seen white people dunk in basketball. Know what I mean? You know, black people get so arrogant and want to claim things because things were taken from us. So they're looking for something to claim as their own. You know, and basketball is one of those things. And it sucks. You know, rap is another one of those things. Yeah, you know, we all see how you know, how the scale is with like blacks versus whites in hip hop. No, I mean the only ones to really do it, Eminem. You know, Mac Miller's doing his thing now, but there aren't too many that were very prominent. And it sucks because it's not like they're not talented. You know what I mean? So I really hate the racial separation in not only music but sports and like all things in society, man. In society, it's just a terrible, terrible thing.
Yeah, I went through the same thing growing up. Like with soccer and everything. Like, soccer's like my love, but I was the only black kid on my block playing soccer while everybody else was playing basketball.
No, I mean, so we got Jamaican blood in us. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Jamaicans play soccer. Like, what?
Yeah.
My dad used to tell me a bunch of stuff like, oh, guys don't do that, or like you shouldn't do that. Like even with recently, I wanted to get like a clip-on tie just because it's easier. And he's like, no. He's like, that's for kids. So you have to do it the old-fashioned way.
You know, people are always gonna find a way to you know, I'm not saying that your father's a bad man, not saying that my uncle's a bad man, but people will always find fault with the things you're doing if it doesn't fit into their way of their system of operation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel it.
That's the way I see things. It's like Drake said, the human mentality is so eager to hate something.
Yeah. Speaking of Drake, you doing any singing on the tape?
Doing anything.
Good transition.
There is some singing on the tape, but there is, for you know, every bit of singing there is a lot of bit of auto-tune.
Alright, yeah.
I've pretty much given up on my dreams as a singer. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. Granted, I do want to write, you know, singing songs like R&B songs, but probably for other people.
Yeah.
You know, people who I feel like can take my lyrics to a whole nother level with their voices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like Ghostwrite.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have people that don't know how to sing that still sing, like Kanye.
Definitely. And if I can find a way to make it sound nice on a song, oh, believe I'm gonna do it. But a career as a singer, it's not for me.
So how long did it take for you to make this tape? Like when did you
This
start
tape-
working on it? Like right after Feeling Believe or?
No, it wasn't right after Feeling Believe. After Feeling Believe, I took a nice little break. I played some video games and watched some television, and it was spectacular. But it was about midsummer. I actually worked pretty fast on this one, but I don't feel I rushed it. I worked pretty quickly because that's how inspired I was. Like I said, I was in the studio just about every day, and there wasn't a day I showed up without something to work on. You know what I mean? Whether it be a new song, an idea for a new song, or tweaking the song I worked on yesterday, or, you know, adding ad-libs to that song from last week that I didn't think to add last week, or something like that. So it took me about half the summer. So what's that, like 2 months? 2 months, maybe a little bit over.
Fast.
Yeah, it was pretty fast, but I don't feel like the short length of time took away from the quality of the music overall.
I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And you're a creative writing major.
I was a creative writing major. I came freshman year, and that was my goal. I was thinking I was gonna do, you know, 5-year master program.
Right.
But you know, midway through the year, I really committed myself to music 100%. I was like, all right, this is what I love. This is what I'm going to do. So I need to devote 100% of my time to this. So I decided I wanted to be a music technology major. You know,
Right.
pull a J. Cole, come out of college, and that's how much I love being in the studio. Come out of college, knowing how to produce myself, you know, run my own videos and just cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
I just want to be a self-created, like, you know, masterpiece. Like, I want to have a hand in everything I do.
So would you like to be an independent artist or would you like to sign?
You know, it's gonna take a lot for me to sign. It's gonna take a lot, but believe I would never sign over my creative rights.
Yeah.
You know, I'm no industry plant. I'm no monkey to the system. I have a message that needs to be heard,
Yeah.
and if I can't get that message across with the label over me, then there's no label over me.
I see what you mean.
You know, independent is definitely what I'm you know, leaning towards as of now. But you know, I'm not so much worried about the money.
Yeah.
You know, I do this for the love of it. So like a label or no label, I don't care as long as, you know, the music is good. The music speaks for itself, and I'm always true to the music. That's what matters to me.
I see.
Would you ever sign under like a big artist that's out right now? Like if J. Cole wanted to sign you to Dreamville, would you, or do you feel like you'd be too hard to break out of his shadow?
Yeah. That's one thing I've pondered. You know what I mean? Like Dreamville, you know, I love those guys. OVO with Drake, like I love them. You know what I mean? But I don't want to live in another man's shadow. You know, I am my own entity. I am my own being. You know, I feel I am just as good as them. So when it comes to signing to them, you know, it's kind of, dang, it's hard.
It's kind of like you're
Yeah, it's
becoming
hard.
part of their legacy, not making your own legacy.
Yeah, and that's not how I want to be.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like it's still possible though. It'd just be a lot harder to,
Yeah.
you know, break
Granted,
out.
granted, you see, you know, J. Cole signed to Jay-Z,
Yeah.
but J. Cole is J. Cole.
Yeah.
You know
like
what I
The
mean?
Weeknd is signed
Though
to
I'm
Drake.
eternally grateful to
The
Jay-Z.
Weeknd,
Yeah, and The Weeknd is Pop doing his own thing. You know what I mean? So it's not to say that it can't be done, like that you can't break out and be your own thing, but it's just something to be cautious of. It's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, Logic said that because Nas wanted to sign Logic at one point, but Logic didn't want to do it because he was afraid that he wouldn't be able to break out of his shadow. He did that, so now he's on Def Jam now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling Believe was a conceptual album, right? I
Very.
mean, mixtape. Is this a conceptual mixtape, the Wavy Tape?
Man, kind of not. The concept is I'm trying to make wavy music.
Yeah.
You know, some people ask me, what does that even mean? Wavy is a word sort of trademarked where I'm from. Not to say we started it, not to say we're the only ones that say it.
No, Max B
yeah.
like, coined the phrase. Like,
yeah, and Max B ran through Hartford a lot.
Really?
A lot of people don't know that. Max
I did
B,
not know that.
French Montana, Chinks Drugs, rest in peace to Chinks. They ran through Hartford,
Yeah.
CT, a lot.
That's dope.
You know, like I know girls. I know a girl that had sex with French Montana. You know, granted, I'm not saying her name, but like no bullshit. You know what I mean? Like they spent a lot of time. You know what I mean?
Do you know why?
Man, I don't know. You know, Hartford and New York have this sort of brotherhood. Like Hartford's like the little brother in New York.
Yeah.
And we're really just trying to break out of that, man, because you'll notice a lot of New York's like trends carry over into Hartford all the time with the style of music, this fashion.
I mean, it's the East
style.
Coast, you know?
Yeah, it is the East Coast, so in a sense we're all almost living in New York's shadow because, like, you know, the city, they're really the ones, you know, this South Bronx and Brooklyn and even Harlem at this point, they're like the heart of hip hop. You know what I mean? But yeah, I can't tell you why they ran through Hartford, but they did, and they made a mark, and a lot of people in the area love them, you know. But yeah, with Wavy is just it's a word I use a lot, and it's sort of like something like I feel like it's from my demographic, you know, people my age in my area. It's just a big thing. It's something like when I think of Wavy, I think of home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at the same time, Wavy is that like dope, like lit, like cool type vibe. You know, when I say, oh, he's wavy, like he's a cool dude. You know what I mean? So I'm just, you know, it's the Wavy Tape. It's a cool mixtape, man. You know, because I'm all about reinventing what's cool. And so I'm just trying to make like cool, like dope, you know, fun to listen to music. That's what my idea was with the Wavy Tape. Just making music that could generate a lot more consistent plays, you know, that people want to listen to, you know, driving down I-91 headed to, you know, wherever they're going in Hartford or wherever they're going in LA. You know what I mean? Like, my music's not limited to just the A60, you know. I want people wherever to listen to it.
Would the Wavy Tape Volume 2 be the next project, or like would you just go to a completely different one?
I don't know what's coming next just yet. And I'm not saying
Wavy Tape, the album.
the Wavy album, man. Nah, you know, I'm not limiting my career to just, you know, the word wavy. I'm sure there will definitely be other projects, but I do want to continue with the Wavy tapes, the Wavy, because with those, it's just that same concept I just described. That's where I'm, you know, sort of like, not necessarily watering anything down, but just trying to make more fun music, because a lot of people, like, you know, they think of hip hop and they think of like the 4 or really 5 elements, but they always forget the 4 spiritual elements, which is God, peace, love, unity, and having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All they think of is you know, MC, DJ, graffiti, breakdance, and then knowledge, you know, for the ones who are trying to like school everybody. But having fun is one of the spiritual elements of hip hop. So the way I see it, you know, I'm not outside of the culture if what I'm doing is having fun. And that's what I was doing with the Wavy Tape. I was having a lot of fun with that, man. I want people to have fun when listening to that music. It's not all party music, but it's like good. They're like good tunes to really vibe out to.
If someone was just gonna listen to one track off the Wavy Tape, which one would you pick for them to listen to? Someone new.
So Damn. So you're asking me to pick a favorite song, basically.
Yeah.
Or the song that like you think best like would make someone a fan.
Song that would make someone a fan. It depends on who it is. You know, I have the Cut Drunk Sex. That one's for the ladies. You know, there's like my song Forever with Jaden and Noble. That's more for like the old school hip hop feel. You know, so people who are more into that '90s feel. If I had to choose one song overall, man, oh god, I guess I go with the outro. Cool is a really dope song. Had a lot of fun with it. Spoke some truth in it, and it's just a real good song to vibe out to and bump. Like I think a lot of people will like Cool. I think that's gonna be a lot of people's favorite songs off of this tape. Not to say that any of the other songs are like not as good, cause I put everything into this tape, man. Like it's a very good mixtape. Like if I do say so myself. But Cool is definitely a song. That's the outro. So don't go skipping to it. Just play it all the way through. And when you get there, just know you're ready for something.
How many tracks is the whole thing?
10. 10. I did 10 songs.
It's less than the Feel and Believe.
Yes, less than Feel and Believe. I said no gimmicks with this one. You know, I didn't want to do any skits, no interludes, nothing like that. You know, I have the intro. That's a little. That gets back to me really rapping. You know, just to you know show people like don't think I can't rap anymore. You know, I still do this, but so there's the intro, but like besides that, it's all just music, man. It's all just music. 10 beautiful songs that people are going to love.
So I could tell you're very excited about this.
I'm extremely excited.
What about this tape excites you?
What about it excites me? Man, just knowing how much time and how much time out of my days, you know, like I would be there for 8 hours, you know, just like how much thought and heart and just emotion I put into this music. I'm just excited because I just know. You know, I know like I can't give all of this and people not feel what I'm feeling because I'm still listening to these. You know, I've had them like completed for like almost a month now. You know, 3 to 4 weeks now, and it's like I'm still listening to them, getting the same feeling I had when I wrote them. You know what I mean? And it's just good music. I know it's good music, and I know people are going to love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of projects out there. Why do you think people should listen to your project?
Why should they listen to my project? Man, you should listen to my project because like I said, I'm having fun with this. If you want to have fun, then have fun with me. You know, I'm a very positive, high energy dude. Like, you know, I'm a cool guy. Let's be cool together, man. Like, and man, definitely like you want to support your local artists. You know, I get it, like, you know, Drake's your baby daddy and like J. Cole spits that real stuff, but it's like, how do you think they got there? You know what I mean? You think it just happened overnight?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're not gonna want to listen to the same people forever. Not to say that their music is gonna get played out. You know, I love these guys. You know, I look up to these guys.
You want to come on?
Hell, I want to be the next one. I want to be better than the next one. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like, man, listen to me. Support your local acts, man, because they're the ones that tell the tale of who you are. Yeah. Tell the tale of where you're from.
Matt Black.
DJ Gianni, maybe Gianni the Kid in time.
Yeah, we gotta get used to Gianni the Kid. Yeah, but we chilling here with Andre Blue. Make sure you pick up that Wavy Tape.
Drop September 7th.
On Eazy-E's birthday.
That bit.
So yeah, peace.
Yeah, I got your tag.